Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today, we are here for some interesting stuff. As you know, Tamashii Nations usually likes to drop surveys at the end of events, and it is nearing the end of this jump history for figuarts event that they've been holding for like the last, I don't know, what, month? 2 months? Something like that, where we've gotten to see various different figures there. Here in this picture, it's just KCM Naruto, Byakuya, and GT Kid Goku, as well as Gear 5 Luffy, which I'm hoping details will drop soon, considering Kaido has went up for pre-order now. But we also have a little sneak peek here at the survey. Now, I did already kind of go through it, and most of this stuff is relatively the same as the last survey we had. You know, they're asking questions about what do you value more, which lines do you collect, how much have you bought into different lines and whatnot, and all that good stuff. There is, a couple of questions like, here we go, question 21, which franchises would you like to see join Tamashii Nations? That stuff is going to be interesting in terms of seeing what kind of responses we get, but I do kind of just quickly want to go over at least the, Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece stuff really quick. Now, starting off, the Naruto stuff is mostly the same. I think there might be, the KCM Naruto, I think, was on this one last time, and they obviously took it out. But yeah, we still have all the same options here from last time. So, I mean, if there's a character you really are hoping for from somewhere between Naruto and Shippuden, definitely go through here. There's some good options. I personally, don't want to see more Naruto just yet. I do want, Sage of Six Paths Naruto at some point, but I'm not in a rush to get it. So hopefully they kind of bounce around and give us, maybe a new Jiraiya, or give us Tsunade so we can complete the legendary signing. That would be great. Have a new Gaara, stuff like that. Hidan would be cool too, and some of the other Akatsuki members. Now moving on into Bleach here. Oops. Moving. They're moving. Here we go. So everything is still relatively the same here, but we did get the teaser about a week or two ago for the next Bleach reveal, and it did have the little kanji, I think, kind of showing what number or what captain's number, whatever it was, and it basically signified it was going to be Kenpachi. So I'm more on the thought that this is not really going to lead into a new reveal like right away. Of course, I want Rukia, I want Urahara, and I want Yoruichi at some point, but they're still doing what seems to be more of the newer, 1,000-year Blood War stuff. So they're probably going to keep doing that. But Kenpachi is still on this list, so I guess maybe they just don't want to outright reveal that that's what it is, even though it's kind of obvious. But still good options to choose from here. I do think we need to get a villain, though, whether that's Aizen or somebody else. I don't know, but we need one at some point just to kind of have a way to display some of these hero characters against somebody. As you've seen, kind of that's the trend that they've been doing with some of these newer lines. You see it with One Piece, see it with Naruto. They'll reveal like 3 or 4 figures, give us a villain, and then kind of rinse and repeat. And moving on, let's go down to One Piece. Now, as you know, the One Piece live action has gone live. It is received very well around the world, and it's pretty much going to get a season 2, guys. It was that good. All right. I know it's not for everybody, but it was good. And as you can see, we have some new options here. We have Nami, Usopp, Sanji, Buggy, and Arlong. Now, personally, I think Nami, Usopp, and Sanji would translate pretty well into figures. Obviously, I know a lot of people feel indifferent to at least the live action Luffy figure, but it's decent. I just don't think the price is fair. I think it probably has to do with licensing, but for what he comes with and compared to the actual anime budget version, it's kind of like, why? So these ones probably are going to be just as high, but I do again think that these 3 would translate very well. However, someone like Buggy, I'm not really sure, because it includes that aesthetic of having him use his chop fruit. If he's not going to be able to do that, take his wrist, the biceps, the forearms, and all that stuff to make it really give you that look, it's kind of no point. You know what I mean? Like, he's a breakable figure. He's like Mr. Potato. You take him apart, you put him back together again. That's essentially what I'd be looking for. Don't know if they can accomplish that. And I mean, they probably wouldn't, since it's the live action one. They probably would just kind of make the figure basic, is what I would be thinking. And Arlong, I'm like 50-50. I think the design was okay. It worked for the live action, but I do much prefer that anime look with him being super bulky, exaggerated nose, exaggerated teeth, all that stuff, and the colors popping out a little bit more. So I would have to see just how it looks in a concept, but yeah, that's pretty much it. As you can see here, there was 3 total options for Kaido here. It looks like they removed the dragon one, and they obviously are doing the hybrid version, so now that really just leaves you one option left. And I think it would be cool to have him as a human form, but personally, I think we've gotten one Kaido. Let's push on and get the rest of the Straw Hat Pirates, or lean into some of these other cooler characters, Warlords of the Sea like Shanks, or he's a Yonko, but you know what I mean, Mihawk and stuff like that. And moving on, Dragon Ball. Now this one took me by surprise because there's just way too many options here to choose from. I can't select at least 10 of these. These all have to get selected. That's how much like of a Dragon Ball fan I am. I would take an Emperor Pilaf Shuunmai, 100%. Even if they were non-articulated, which I mean at that point, yeah, get a statue. But still, and Bandit Yamcha being here, oh my god. I really hope that they're going to go back to Dragon Ball. This is a good signification just that they are listening. They know people do want Dragon Ball, because this was not anywhere, as far as I've seen, on a survey in recent times to this statue. So yeah, we've got Great Ape Goku. I think if they did another Great Ape, I don't want it to necessarily like take up a whole big release. I would rather them kind of like stagger those, not necessarily say like it's gonna come and take up a slot this year. It could just be something that happens randomly, right? Because I think the Great Ape stuff, big characters that often, it's just too much. They're gonna be in the 150s and up price range. It's just too much to throw down every single year. Buff Roshi, I would hope, is part of this, but a Roshi in general would be great. But yeah, there's just so many good options. We're going back here with the Namek saga, that there's still a whole bunch of characters that they have not done. They did not list the transformation of Zarbon here for some reason, which he was on a prior survey. So a little weird. But they do have, Frieza Force Henchman, which is interesting. Guru is an interesting one because he would just really have articulated head and arms. So I imagine he would have to come with something else on the side to kind of make that into an interesting figure, because otherwise you just buy a statue at that point, right? Let's see. This is early Android Saga stuff. I think it's inevitable we get a general release 17, 18, 16 in some regard, whether that's 16 with the more Capsule Corp logo on it after he's fixed up. 17 and 18 probably could get a different outfit. 17, they could play around with that. Could be either a mixture of the Buu Saga / GT, where he's got the trench coat and whatnot. I don't know. They could mix that up to kind of make it so it's worthwhile your purchase for more than just the Android Saga. Bulma, I'm always down for more Bulma, 100%. But here's some cool early, Buu Saga stuff that we're kind of getting into. Kid Buu is definitely going to hit this because everybody's begging for Kid Buu, and I get it. I just really want Tamashii to nail that thing, because small characters have not been their strongest suit for the last while with the Dragon Ball figures. But a lot of good options here. Videl, oh my gosh, we need a Videl. Hopefully that comes. But also, they threw in a lot of the movie stuff here, which is interesting. I think they should have kept that separate, but they threw it in here anyway. So we've got Bojack, we've got Janemba, and then we've got, there was someone else in here, I can't find it. But different characters and stuff like that. Bojack, Trunks, yeah, stuff like that. Gogeta, all those good things. 100%, I think those are going to get made regardless whether or not this survey does well for them. Those are characters that have just been well celebrated in video games, merchandise, all that stuff. I mean, Gogeta just got a freaking figuarts 0 EE for this year from SDCC. So it's like, they'll of course make it. Will they make them together is the question. Moving into this last section here, they have GT stuff, and this is gonna be an interesting watch. One, I mean, they did it weird, like they've gone with Super Saiyan 4, Goku and Vegeta, no villain. Then they gone and given us, GT Kid Goku. Are they going to continue and now give us Trunks and Pan? Don't know. I would like to see them give us a villain, though. Preferably, I would like to see them start giving us different forms of Baby Vegeta. The base form, preferably, could be a good start. And then they could kind of pan out and, give us stuff like, I don't know, Pan, and then another version of Baby, Gohan GT, another version of Baby, stuff like that. That's kind of how I would like it to go, because I think that they could build around also having, the Black Star Dragon Balls and stuff like that as kind of a release with that set. They could work with it. We'll have to see. Sin Shenron, I think Nova and Sin Shenron they have to come together. Double pack would be nice. Vegeta Evolution, I think that is, I want to say, oh wait, no. This stuff right here could be DBS. I think all is DBS down there. So this might be Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, which, not my favorite form. Don't know why that is a thing. Kind of an ass pull. Kami Senin, trying to think who that is, but it's there. Lemo and Chi-Light, they've shown those two figures already from last year, I think. Don't know when they'll come, if they'll come. Hopefully they're not vaulted forever, because I think that they'd be a cool little, filler release if you want to throw that in there. And Kale and Caulifla, definitely, I think people would want those as figures. Just, they need to work on the engineering for those thinner characters like that, because Kefla was not it. I'll just say that right now. But yeah, moving on, here we go. This is the Jujutsu Kaisen stuff. Now, I've not really gotten that far into the series. I've only watched up until Hidden Inventory arc. I've not watched any of the newer episodes. Toji is definitely one people are going to pick. Where Maki? There we go. Maki and Toji. I personally would like to see that. Yuta, I'm good. We can wait for that. I think the Ghetto is cool already that we have, so I'm not really personally wanting another one just now. Satoru Gojo. Yeah. Any of these guys right now that we already have, I would prefer not to get dupes of just yet. I think they need to expand the roster still before giving us duplicate characters, because we've already gotten 3 Gojos at this point, and 2 Ghettos at this point. So let's keep expanding the roster a little bit. Mahito would be cool, just because we don't actually have like another. Well, we have Sukuna, but in Ghetto, I guess. But we need more villains to kind of build out that roster. I think that's kind of a thing that needs to be a bigger trend. Personally, is not just focusing on the heroes all the time, but give us more villains. Don't be afraid to expand. And here is the big thing. Which 3 lines would you like to see join Tamashii Nations for SH Figuarts? Now, it doesn't say SH Figuarts, but joining, it would include that, I believe. Personally, Black Clover is up there. I don't know if you know the news. The manga is moved to a new, I think, magazine or something like that. Allows the creator, more time to kind of work on it and not feel rushed and stuff like that. Jojos up there. Everybody's begging for Jojos to come and get SH Figuarts because, that Rohan figure that just got announced that everybody was thinking was going to be anime related for some reason. But they would like to see somebody other than Medicos Entertainment making JoJo figures, because Medicos is good. They're cool, but they kind of reuse the same, articulation on all their figures. Nothing is really updated, and it just gets expensive after a while paying for their figures, because Wonderfest exclusives out the wazoo. Like, I just saw one that was like 500,000 yen. Like, what? Who would buy that? Yu-Gi-Oh! This should be like, personally, not even on here. Like, they should already be getting ready to do Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff, in my opinion, just because they've already announced Blue Eyes White Dragon, and it makes no sense to announce Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters for the Monster Arts line, but not then for the actual Duelist, just kind of as to have them there. So that's my options and my picks right there. But you guys let me know down in the comments what you guys would like to see. I know some people are going to probably talk about Demon Slayer. I don't want to see Demon Slayer picked up by Tamashii. I just don't think that they can compete in the design. Articulation, maybe. Design, no. Not until they get a little bit more riskier using soft fabric on anime lines. Personal opinion. My Hero, that could be a cool one. And then there's some other ones that we'll talk about in the comments. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing too crazy. Just wanted to go and give my thoughts on all of these different options here, because there's so much to unpack, and the fact that they're thinking about a lot of this different stuff is good. Okay. I don't know how fast we'll get a lot of this stuff, but definitely get your picks in. This is an important survey. They're looking to see what people are interested in. If you so happen to be a Dragon Ball fan, I suggest really picking these guys, because there's a lot of things from Dragon Ball I think that people would like to see made eventually. And we have a lot of things that we've gotten so far in the lines, and it's going pretty well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys take the survey, and look out for more reviews, more news, and hopefully we get something cool for Gear 5, because that's the one I'm most anticipating right now. But anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.